to members of the council where this sort of came from. One of the things about me that a lot of folks don't know is something that's helped define my life growing up is that I'm a severe asthmatic. I have to be on asthma medication every day. I walk around, have my asthma medicine in my pocket right now. You know, at any moment, anything can trigger an asthma attack from something as, you know, as from running to the rug and carpet in this building. And so that spurred a conversation with Councilor Martina, who I found out is also and grew up as a severe asthmatic. And we were talking about what medicines we take and how do we deal with it and how do we continue to do things like work out and still deal with our asthma. And we sort of were giving each other these tips. And he even suggested I change the medicine I take, and I did, and it worked. You know, but I didn't realize this is really a severe issue, specifically asthma within the city of Boston. And our understanding of asthma and our understanding of the triggers, understand what we can do to help people growing up with asthma has, over time, gotten better. A couple of facts that I want to share with folks is that in 2009, the Boston Health Commission did a study, and they said that 13% of all high school students have acute asthma. That's not just, that doesn't include the folks who have bronchitis or have trouble breathing every now and then, you know, who need an inhaler at the house, but people who actually would be considered asthmatic. And it's 11% for all adults. We also see that the asthma rates in Dorchester, Mattapan, Rosendale, Roxbury, the South and East Boston, and West Roxbury exceed what is the citywide adult average asthma rate. And so this is really a citywide epidemic that we're dealing with here. It's not acute to certain neighborhoods. 1 in every 100 children under the age of 4 are hospitalized due to asthma. And this is an interesting stat. At Children's Hospital, a hospital we're very lucky to have here in Boston, the #1 reason for hospitalization is asthma, by far. And so working with Councilor Martina, I'm a colleague from East Boston, North End and Charlestown, we already created an asthma task force. We have met a few times in 2010. You know, it included people like the Boston Medical Center, the Partners Asthma Center, Brigham and Women's Hospital, the Health Resources in Action, the Alternative Community Environment, the Boston Urban Asthma Coalition, the Community Asthma Coalition of Children's Hospital, our own Public Health Commission from the City of Boston, the Boston Asthma Initiative, Tufts Medical Center, Mascosh, and the East Boston Community Health Center, where we discussed and already talked about different various things that we can do as a group. And these were group meetings that Councilor Martina and myself put together with those organizations to talk specifically about asthma, what can we do. And we have a number of ideas that we want to move. We're going to start moving them this year, clearly through the council, and so you'll all be able to see them when we finalize and draft. But they include, you know, what type of cleaning products can you use in public buildings? And do the cleaning products spur asthma attacks? I can tell you myself, they absolutely do. And it defines what I would buy when I go shopping for my own personal home. It talks about in public schools, you know, what foods are we serving? What things to that nature? What are public spaces? Should they be smokeless for people with asthma? But various different things that we've talked about, including even pest management in our public buildings. You know, what do we use for that problem? You know, for instance, folks wouldn't necessarily know this, but cockroaches are a #1 trigger, top trigger for asthmatics. And so if our public buildings are infested with cockroaches, people with asthma will have asthma attacks. That's a guarantee. And so it's all these matters that we've brought up, these matters we come together, and we would really like an opportunity to have one space where we could have all these groups be a part of it, myself and Councilor Martina working with the rest of the council to speak specifically about asthma and move asthma initiatives, and really working with our Public Health Commission, our various partners out that aren't the BPHC, but include hospitals and different organizations to help put together a good asthma agenda, a good asthma action plan, so that we can make it a little easier for asthmatics here in the city of Boston growing up. I would suspect every single one of my colleagues knows hundreds of people with asthma, and many of your constituents would have children with asthma who are still just trying to figure out how to deal with that. And it includes education, including in people's health insurance, possibly asthma education, so that you can learn how to treat your child's asthma so that you use the hospital less. With that, I want to thank you all for your time. I appreciate the ability to explain this, and I hope that you would all vote in support of creating this committee so we can begin the process to officially do it under the work of one of the committees of the council. Thank you, Mr. President. And I want to also thank Sal Martina, Councilor Martina from East Boston, for the work he's put in with our office already to get us to this point.
Thank you, Councilor Roy. Our chair recognizes Councilor Maureen Feen.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise to support this special